Yo, what's up guys? It's Griff the Wiz and welcome back to another video. So I've went over the 125 setup, 130 setup, and now the 140 setup, and yeah. So today I'm gonna be talking about what's the best things to run for 140 fire right now with PvP. So I know it's kind of confusing because there's a lot of people saying a lot of different things about what you should be running on cosmic characters and shit like that. I may not be the best credible source here. Obviously, I'm no like fucking 1500 fire warlord god of PvP, but this is a lot of other opinions from people who are a lot higher ranked than me, as well as my own experience as a PvPer right now. Now in general, fire is a pretty run-of-the-mill school right now. It's pretty middle class, I would say, in the middle somewhere, third or fourth probably, in terms of placement. So it's very good if you're just trying to get like a pretty even matchup. Even though people still hate fire so much, it is like a pretty one-shotty annoying school sometimes, especially against certain schools. But you know, like I'm just speaking here to talk about sets. So yeah. Anyway, so here's the stats: 8,500 HP, 163 damage, 44 universal res, 29 accuracy. You can get 30 if you have the right jewel. I just cannot get a 12 accuracy jewel for the life of me. 30 or 368 crit, 276 block, 42 pierce, 0 stun resist, and whatever. Doesn't really matter about this. 660 pip conserve, 98 power pips, but my rock pet is, or my rock mount is not on right now. And then lastly, 109 shadow rating. So you might be wondering a few things. If you've seen a lot of videos on fire setups already, you're probably wondering why my health is like missing 200 or 300. And I'll explain that as well. And you're also wondering why my pip conserve is so high probably, but I'll be showing off why. So firstly, this is a Dragoon Hat. There's pretty much no other choice. Dragoon Hat's really strong if you're running, like, honestly any fire setup, and the Dragoon just like setup is just too strong to not run. Like, sure, you can run Dragoon Robe and Dragoon Boots with the theme, but in my personal opinion, with what's meta right now for fire, it really is the best play to just go for a Dragoon Hat. But again, I mean, it is your own setup. If you want to run Croc Hat, you can go ahead and do that. I wouldn't really recommend Malistaire Hat, but Croc Hat is pretty much the second choice. But I would pretty much give you like entirely my advice to you is to just go for Dragoon Hat. Robe, I've heard a lot of different opinions, but I mean, I'm pretty sure every good fire player right now would agree that turquoise robe is the best robe, no matter what. Maybe Dragoon robe if you don't want to go for this robe, because this literally took me like 10 to 20k crowns to get. I'm not even fucking kidding. It was the most like tedious shit ever. Shout out to my boy Colin for helping me out get this. But yeah, this took forever, and honestly, like I wish it didn't take so fucking long to get this robe. But it is really strong, and I'm glad that I got it. It's really good. I highly recommend everybody to get it who is like trying to rank up as a fire right now. And overall, the trade-off between it and the Radiant Light Robe. Overall, the Radiant Light Robe is just it misses out on a lot right now. I'm sure it'd be really nice to have the crit and the shadow rating and stuff, and like a little bit of the damage, but like overall, with the setup that you're going right now with the fire, health, and resist loadout, where you want to make sure that you have as much resist but also have a good amount of damage, as much health as well, where you can trap stack and shit. It's just the best to be running turquoise robe by far. Boots, Dragoon Boots, there's no other choice here. You 100% have to be running Dragoon Boots. It doesn't really matter at all. Vanguard is no other, like you can't really run Vanguard because you don't get the set bonus. So 100% recommend you go for the set bonus with the juicy 7 damage, 140 pip conserve. It's just too good to not go for. So go for the Dragoon Boots. You need them. Wand, this is what's kind of debatable. A lot of people are going after the 138 wand right now, and let me look at it real quick for you guys. So right now, so you lose 2 pierce with this wand and gain 1 damage, and then gain 5 shadow rating, I believe. But you also lose crit and you don't get the fire wand hit. So that's kind of your trade-off. I personally, as much as people have been saying to run it, I really don't think it's that big of an upgrade, so I've never really seemed to like have the motivation to get it. It's just a waste of my time. Especially because Celestial Wand is honestly situationally better. Like for example, the Shadow Wand hits are really good because they don't get rid of your fuels, and they also have Maycast. And it's just a free 500 damage. Like, it's just so cracked being able to just one hit somebody and do not only the 100 from the one hit and also get like an extra 500 out of the May cast that happens. It's happened to me plenty of times. May cast isn't impossible, especially on this one for some reason. But overall, this one is pretty good, especially if you're still using like Steel Charm, Elemental Blades, maybe with Aegis to try to avoid Scion and shit like that from Storm. Overall, this one is not bad at all. Don't let people tell you it's bad. It's 100% like just as good as the 138 wand. I personally still want to run it until I'm proven differently. I definitely think that the Celestial wand is just as good, if not better, than the 138 wand people have been using. A Thame, Dragoon's Fiery Dagger, no really other alternative. The Edge of the Raging Daystar, sorry, the wrong one. This one, it used to be my old Thame. I was so stubborn to change from it, but overall, just the block you get, it's just crazy. It's so important in this meta to have block. You get the extra 2 damage. You lose the power pip and shit, but like, honestly, you can make up for it with the triangle sockets on your deck and your Thame. So just don't worry about it. I would just go straight for the Dragoon's Fiery Dagger for the set bonus. Again, that's literally 7 damage, 140 pip conserve. It's huge to have. Now this is the amulet I currently run. I have not updated to the new caramel amulet yet, but I'm telling you right now that shit is fucking overpowered. Go for the caramel Uber Fresh Baker Rope. There's a bunch of videos out there showing how to get it. I especially recommend Blake UVP's video on it. It helped me a lot. I've been working on getting it, and Uber Fresh Baker Rope is just an insanely good amulet right now. That's the only thing I need to change in my setup, but currently I think that is the best amulet, especially if you're running a defensive setup. You get what, like 300 more HP with it. It's just crazy. It's really good. 2 more resist and 300 more HP is just so good with the trap stacking meta. Ring, Duelist Daredevil ring, there's really no other choice, just no choice, just go straight for the Daredevil ring. Without it, you pretty much have, like, you miss out on what, 6 Pierce? Yeah, 6 Pierce. It's just, everybody knows this is just the best to run for any school, no matter what. Now, this took fucking forever to make, so I'm glad that I finally have him, but this is my pet right now. You run triple double furnace with brace. This pet's fucking insane. You cast pretty much twice a game at least, if you're like, you know, not getting insanely unlucky. Honestly, in this new meta, cast aura is kind of the win, like the win condition sometimes. For example, like 25% damage on like a furnace is just so much damage. If you're Ifrit FFAing them, like especially if you're running minus 90s still, which I am, I don't even care. I'm still running minus 90s. Like that extra damage can just like guarantee your kill. Furnace is just huge. Brace is huge if you're playing against a storm. If that cast, that can be so clutch sometimes, or if you're getting overtimed or something. Brace is really clutch. It's good to have. If you don't have Brace, Jewel, which like is fine, then honestly, like just go without Brace. And honestly, at that point, you should be chilling. Like it's no big deal not being able to have Brace, but it's really helpful if you already have the Undauntable Opal. This thing right here, just crazy good. And yeah, mount. Now I highly recommend the Rock. It gets me up to 98 power pip, which is kind of AIDS because I feel like I fail pip like every fucking game, no matter what. It's just how it is. Even with 98% power pip, it's crazy. But yeah, the Rock mount is just really good. 3% power pip is just hard to miss out on. If you want to run Pierce or the Fire Gulcher, it's fine, but I highly recommend the Rock. Just having the extra power pip is just really good. You don't want to fail pip twice a game or twice in a game because that's just depressing. Deck. Now I don't really care too much about it. Like you can run the Duelist deck if you want to. You can run the Omen deck, the Rat deck. Doesn't really matter. All of it is like the most minuscule changes, like 10 crit. Doesn't really matter. Like, and you get the HP as well from this deck. The extra 50 HP is pretty cool. Like overall, I just think you should just find a deck out of the main ones like the Rat, the Omen, the Duelist, and just run it. Doesn't matter. All are good. All have their own benefits and stuff. So just go ahead and run that. I think that should be everything. I might make a setup video on decks. Try to explain to you guys how you should set up your deck right now. I'm currently still working that out myself. For now, I'm running a more smaller deck with my feel setup. I'm trying to figure out how to get the exact card number to where like I can pull out pretty much everything every game consistently. Like, I'm still getting those fucking unlucky games where I pull like fucking 2 Shrikes, like a shield, like fucking Dispel against like a Storm. It's just the unlucky as fuck. But overall, you make your own deck. Like, you don't want yourself to be like copying other people. Like for example, mine is a lot, like slightly, like a few more cards bigger than other people's right now. But I think this is like a target. Let me see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16, 24, 32. You don't want it to be more than 32 cards. If it's more than 32 cards, you're just kind of fucking dooming yourself. You need to be able to pull fuels within the next two or within the first 2 rounds, as well as stun block. Otherwise, you'll just lose every single game. I promise you. It's just so important to have your fuels up as early as possible. With how many like fucking tanky schools there are nowadays, it's so important to have that. So yeah, just focus on prioritize having a smaller deck over anything. That's kind of just all or nothing with fire. And then side, run the utility you want to run. It doesn't matter how much you have of each card. You just don't want to overflow it. Like, don't have more than like 35 in here, because then you just won't be able to pull what you need. I've learned that over time, and that's what I'm trying to figure out, is like the exact number I should have with each like spell and everything, making sure that I have the right amount of cards and everything. Overall, deck setting, like setting up your deck is probably the hardest part of PvP, is because like you can't really copy other people's, because a lot of people do different strategies in order to slim their deck down even when it's fucking huge, and like make it like, I don't know, just utilize the number of it. Like for me, I'm still figuring that out, how to exactly number it as a fire right now. Like this is that right after a match. I actually need to, you know, update it, because like I just lost a match. But yeah, this is my stats right now. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys have any questions, put them in the comments section. I'm glad I was able to do this for you guys, like, what, 3 years in a row now. Whenever I make my setup updated, because, you know, the fire mains, yes sir. I got you guys. But if you guys need more help in the comments, let me know. Again, this is based off a lot of different people's opinions, not just mine. Because I'm no, like, fucking messiah fire PvP. But yeah, this is just in my general opinion. Good luck in PvP, guys, and hope to see you guys in the arena. Peace out.